It's all about Mike on the mic. Go check out the most famous side brother at a comedy spot near you. Most famously at the Stress Factory out in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Mike on the mic. Check out his social media. Check out his comedy right now. The most famous side brother coming to a city near you. Mike on the mic. Let's go. All right, so obviously Houston rapper. I think he's from Houston, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I know the unfortunate events happen out there, but BTB Savage was gunned down after going on social media and celebrating the fact that he was involved in a home robbery. He killed the people that went into his home and tried to violate him. He
took a picture.
Yep. Did a Vlad TV interview where he talked about it at length. Then went back on social media, did some things under the advisement of his mother not to do so, and unfortunately, he fell victim of a drive-by shooting. His mother went on air and had a very lengthy message about her son's situation. I'm going to play it. This is by ABC Eyewitness 13. Let's hear what she has to say, and I want to get your thoughts on this whole situation.
Well, only on 13, we're hearing from the mother of an aspiring rapper who was gunned down in the exclusive River Oaks area last week. The 26-year-old went by the name BTB Savage, and just days before he was killed, he did an interview claiming he was involved in killing someone else who tried to rob him. Now his mother thinks that may have led to her son's death. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor is joining us live from downtown with the story. Brooke?
Mel, that rapper who's known as BTB Savage was posting on his social media. He was doing interviews about that deadly robbery just a few months ago. His mother tells me, well, he was just defending himself and didn't deserve to die. She says she tried to beg her son, stop posting and stop doing interviews talking about this. Gunned down near River Oaks, behind the wheel of a car riddled with bullets. The mom of a 26-year-old rapper known as BTB Savage tells ABC 13 that was her son. Bernita Ward says her son's online persona isn't how she knew him.
I'm not one of those parents who try to cover up, whatever their children's lifestyle is.
To her, he was just Darrell Gentry, his legal name. He served in the military for 4 years and was a father to a 4-year-old son. That's who she says she's most proud of. In February, Ward says her son thought he was going to be featured in a song, his rapping career starting to kick off. Instead, she says a group showed up to his apartment in San Antonio and tried to rob him. Earlier this week, the rapper did an interview with Vlad TV describing how he fought off the would-be robber, instructed his girlfriend to shoot him, and then left him to die. When the interviewer asked if he was concerned about retaliation, he said, quote, "They might do what they do, but I'm going to get active. That's all that is." On Thursday, he posted on social media standing in the middle of a bloody crime scene. Hours later, Houston police say he was shot in a drive-by shooting.
I said, take that off of social media. I said, let this family mourn in peace. But they were was taunting my son. Telling him that they were going to kill the family, that they were going to make his mama cry, like my son made his mother cry. And I told my son, don't respond. But their family member came to rob my son.
And now she's forced to mourn the loss of her son, who she tried desperately to keep out of danger.
So the moral of this story to me is that two mothers lost two amazing sons, and that their children will be raised without fathers. And that's a sad thing.
Let me add this part too.
And it was also
Let me add this part. I think this is important right here that his mom said on social media about Vlad TV.
Yep.
She put Vlad strategically dropped the video one day before they planned to kill him. The interview was done on March 17th and it aired on March 29th. They edited the footage and left out the remorse my son showed concerning this matter. They left out when my son said, "Let's stick to the music." My son and daughter in love suffered PTSD behind this matter. It was just a situation of kill or be killed. Both families suffered a great loss, and I pray that the world allows us to heal. That's what his she put there to add on, to that particular story. If there's any truth to that, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. Pretty much saying that they left. That he only put up parts, pertinent to the invasion, the killing, and things like that, and left out. If that's true, we have yet to hear DJ Vlad respond. Which at the time of us airing, there hasn't been a response. So we only can deal with the information that we got right now. What's your thoughts?
First off, this young man, BTB Savage is going to be put in the books as just another rapper that got gunned down in a culture that this happens way too often in. When you look at the pictures of him and his mother, when you realize he served for this country in the military, he didn't seem like a bad kid. Father, 26 years old.
Right.
He didn't seem like a bad dude. He defended his home. So there's no, there's no fault in that.
Right.
But then you talk about the braggadocious side. Then you talk about the social media side. Then you talk about the evil that these cell phones and these platforms kind of provide to our youth and people who just aren't susceptible to what's really going on. Because you can't even just blame it on the youth anymore. I see grown-ass people doing dumb shit on social media.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you just, I can't really even fathom or put on or blame why that young man felt the need to just gloat about it the way he did, and why he decided to do interviews about it the way he did, when you can hear conversations and obviously hear from his mother that he did have remorse for it. He didn't want to body that night. He did what he had to do for his family.
Right.
Any respectable man would. So it's very unfortunate. The Vlad's a whole nother topic, and we could definitely dive into that, but I want to hear your thoughts too, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, he did what he had to do. Dude came in, he had to put him down. I mean, you would want most people to do that. And you can see from the picture, it was a bloody mess in the crib right there. And crazy story. But like you said, that braggadocious part, I think that's sadly become a part of the hip hop culture.
Yeah.
That we gotta eradicate. Yeah. That part, and it comes with the drill music a lot, but it didn't start with the drill. People been doing that for a long time. Talking about dead people, gloating over, dead homies, and you smoking on so-and-so pack and things like that. All that's going to do is infuriate and trigger a family that's already mourning. That's all that's going to do. It's like, all right, you talking about it now? Like, could you imagine if you had a family member that killed and you saw somebody on the internet gloating about it? It's like you loading up and get that month. Like, I mean, that's just what it is. You know where you're at now. You're gloating about it. I'm coming to get you now. If I was gonna let you slide before, now I'm coming to get you. And that's just the attitude, and I don't think that even, to me, that's not even, don't got nothing to do with hood people or nothing like that. Just the regular average person that's grieving is gonna be like, all right, I'm coming to get you.
I'm doing it.
Right. Oh yeah, what? Like,
doing
come on, man.
Now.
But it's just like, the Vlad thing. I want to let the other shoe kind of drop on the Vlad TV thing. But when you own these interviews, you got to understand. See, this is a business.
Yeah.
He probably put up clips. He puts a lot of small 2-minute clips up. For whatever reason, his editors or him decided to put up the most juiciest parts. I'm not giving him no out on this. I'm just saying he probably figured that he would, put up the parts that's talking about the home invasion, like fuck the remorse shit.
Of course.
That's probably what he thought. If that's true, we're still waiting on his response.
Of course.
At the end of the day, it don't surprise me. With him, I know me and you, we'd probably we're gonna put up his whole thing. If we had him on here, we want to ask that question anyway about the home invasion. We don't, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's crazy. We don't go into those type of questions. Now, if you want to talk about it, we'll expound more on it, but we'll put the whole thing up. Some people put the whole thing up as far as him talking about the whole home invasion thing and even the remorse part. But, I don't know, man. We gotta let the others. I'm sure Vlad's gonna have a response, to that. Now, is it Vlad's fault? No, I wouldn't say it's his fault. He decided to go in there and talk about that. For what reason? It gets clicks and views.
Yep. Can't be surprised that Vlad will ask those type of questions. That's what he is famous for. That's what his subscribers want to see.
Pretty much.
And the proof is in the pudding because he has a incredible fan base and does incredible numbers based off of the questions that he asks and the people that follow and watch those type of conversations. That can't be disputed. That can't be denied. I don't care what you say in our comment section. Y'all run right over to him and watch that shit. So that just is what it is. Doesn't surprise me. The crazy thing is, and like you said, we got to watch it in totality, but you have to understand that if those type of questions are going to be asked, then you cannot blame the source after 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 12, 50, 100 interviews of him doing the same shit.
Right.
When are you going to understand that? If you're going to go on there, cool. If you're going to get compensated, whatever the case may be, the red carpet get laid out, cool. You deserve that. But have enough fucking fortitude to say, yo, I'm not talking about this. Yo, we got to pass on this. It's some real things happening to me in the street, and I can't go there. And kind of feel his vibe out from there. See where he goes, because I'm sure his energy might shift, because he knows that's one of the questions. Ding, I put that a little asterisk next to that. That's going up, and that's going to eat. I already know. Us as content creators know what to ask and know what's going to eat and what's not going to eat with our people. You think Vlad don't? So if we stop doing it and we see the response, maybe we can kind of get a better gauge. But if you keep going on there, you keep doing the shit that you're doing, and then gloating about it, you can't blame the source anymore. Like,
my thing is, hard to cut you off. Why they
good.
let him ask those type of questions? But if it were me and you to ask those type of questions, they be calling us fed, this, that, and the third. Yep. Oh, he don't want to talk about that. But they come to our platform, they shit on us. They run to those other platforms, and they say everything they wouldn't say. Prime example, Beanie Siegel. We supposed to interview Beanie Siegel. I gotta put this. I ain't want to say no names. I'm in it. We in it now. We in the mud, right?
Let's work.
We told him. He said, I'll come on. I think we agreed. He said, well, no Rockefeller, no Jay-Z stuff. What the hell was he just talking about on Vlad TV a couple weeks ago? Jay-Z and Rockefeller stuff, man. I don't get it, bro. I get it. He giving y'all the bag. But don't tell us, oh, we don't want to talk about that. And you go onto the next platform and talk about it. This probably happened to us 50 to 100 times. 50 to 100 times somebody say, look, I don't want to talk about that. The next week, after they do an interview, we get them kind of hot. They run into these other platforms and giving them everything they said they want to talk about with us. F that. That shit pisses me off.
Shout out to the respectable ones, like Rich Porter's son, Rich Porter Jr.,
right,
for coming on here. Now, obviously, would it have been easy to talk about Alpo? Of course. But Real Men had a conversation, and he wasn't with that at that time.
Right.
He wasn't with it. So it wasn't talked about. Now, obviously, we know that kind of conversation is going to go. Going to do numbers, right?
Yeah.
But we are grown men. At the end of the day, we ain't going to do that type of shit because we respect that man as a man first. That's what we pride our platform on. But how and where does it get us in the grand scheme of things? Because y'all don't want the real the way y'all always say y'all want the real. Y'all like the bullshit.
Right.
So, and you talked about the young man. If he would have came on here, we talked about the home invasion and the remorse. I guarantee you, I've heard you ask questions like this. Yo, brother, how did that make you feel having to take a man's life? Do you feel remorseful? How do you feel about that? The question would have been asked different if asked at all. Yeah. We would have got a different response to get a human side of it, not a braggadocious side of it. So it's a lot that goes into this, man. It's unfortunate. A lot of people don't want real the way they say they want real. I can't be mad at Vlad for doing what he's doing to eat. He's eating well, and y'all keep feeding him. So, and Beanie,
it's like what Dame said. Like he made a reference to drugs, but this is any type of business. Like they said, McDonald's. People can talk about all that. You can find a million videos about how it's bad for you, this, that, and the third, and this, that, and how it's killing you and it's giving you cancer. But I guarantee you go to any McDonald's, you got people lined up to go there every single day because it's like crack. You got a good product, they coming back.
Yep.
You got some juicy shit, they coming back. I don't care what they say in the comments. You got to understand this is how business works. You know what I mean? I heard Dame talking about it. He's like, I got the best drugs. I don't care what the next guy got. I got the best drugs. They coming for this shit. Period.
And that's where we at, man.
Yeah.
They feeding them this crack and this cocaine and this heroin.
Yeah.
And they out here fiending for it.
Yep.
Can't do that to our people. Refuse to do it.
Yep. Boom, boom.